Hello guys, it's Robin. So there's been a lot of changes to the channel over the last couple of weeks. Well, I say the last couple of weeks. It's been mainly this week. But over the last couple of weeks we've obviously had some admin changes, we've had some performance changes, we've had some people changes, that kind of thing. And now it's actually starting to affect the channel, so there's actually been quite a few channel changes, all for the better. I'm going to say they're all pretty good changes. As you will have seen on the earlier videos for this week, we've obviously got a new what's it called? We got a new introduction on the channel at the beginning of each video. Another big thing that we are doing is that you would be able to tell. Obviously, this video didn't come out on Wednesday like it normally does. We've changed walkthrough Wednesdays, and we've pretty much scrapped that now. There's a few reasons behind it. Basically, where me, Ben and Chris are all kind of, I'm not going to say experts, so we're not experts, but we've got our preferred consoles and they're all different from one another. So I prefer PlayStation, Chris prefers Nintendo, and Ben obviously prefers Xbox. So we were just sat down thinking, like, why don't we kind of each take on our preferred console brand and just do walkthroughs as an extra for the channel and not just keep them on Wednesdays, because as it is at the moment it's taking too long to get games done. I mean, this is part 16 of Batman, I think, and we've been going for 2 months and we're still quite a few episodes away from the end, so it was gonna take another couple of months to get it done. So it's like we'll just get as many done as we can between us and keep we can upload them as and when we want, depending on what console we get, and that kind of thing. So that's how it's going to be from now on. On Wednesdays, we're not going to completely scrap Wednesday as a video day. That's going to be the walkthrough discussions, where me, Ben and Chris will sit down and we will discuss the games that we're currently recording for the channel, and just kind of update everyone on where we are and give reminders and stuff like that. But yeah, this obviously is not a walkthrough Wednesday video anymore. It is my personal walkthrough, and it is still obviously Batman Arkham Origins on PlayStation 3. I'm not sure what Ben and Chris is doing. I think obviously Ben's going to be doing Xbox and he's got all his kit ready. I'm not sure what game he's currently doing. I think it might be Watch Dogs, which is pretty cool. Chris hasn't got capture card equipment for the consoles he's got at the moment. He's going to be doing some handheld stuff, and he's also going to be getting a Wii U and recording some of that. So until he is ready with that, obviously it'll just be PlayStation and Xbox on the channel, and obviously we're still trying to ease Chris into the kind of format on how the YouTube channel is working for us at the moment. So yeah, there's been a lot of big changes. I really like everything that's happened so far. I really like the new introduction, and I think we're going to be able to get a lot more content out to you guys with the new format on Wednesday videos, and having our own kind of personal walkthrough. So enough about channel business. Obviously we're still playing Arkham Origins. This is actually one of my favourite chapters in the game, where you do get to play as the Joker and see the kind of darker side of Batman. Obviously I personally started to feel a little bit sorry about how the Joker kind of has his perspective on life. Obviously you're introduced to another main character who is currently looking after the Joker, and she's about to get her mind corrupt and all that kind of stuff. Last video, obviously we defeated Bane. There is another kind of boss battle coming up shortly, but I think with these walkthroughs now, I'm just gonna, because I've got about another 3 or 4 videos pre-recorded after this, but after they're done, obviously I'm not going to go back and redo them, but after they're done I will be recording as I play, so it won't be so odd for me to be sat here watching a video trying to find something to talk about with a game that I've already played through and I'm just watching recorded content. So that'll make things a little bit easier on everybody. I actually almost think Joker's little hat thing he wears then, it reminds me of Magneto's kind of helmet thing with his cape. Magneto from X-Men. By the way, has anyone got any guesses on who the character is that we're about to be introduced to? Because obviously she's in the next two games, and she is obviously quite a vital part to the Joker plotline. But she hasn't got her proper... Well, she's got her kind of birth name at the moment. There we go. Dun dun dun. Harleen Quinzel is Harley Quinn, for those of you who didn't obviously pick up the obvious. I don't know how she kind of like falls in love with... I get he's like completely and utterly fucking insane, but I mean, come on, he's like, it's the Joker. You just wouldn't fall in love with that. I don't know. I personally wouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great character. He's actually my favourite character in the Batman series. But I'm just there like, Harley Quinn. How are you? Because no. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Obviously, in the films, Joker's got no companion, and he just kind of is there to fuck with Batman. But Harley is obviously very heavily used in the games. I think she's got quite a big part in the new game, actually, the Arkham Knight one, because as far as we know and as far as everybody hopes, it's not an underlying Joker plotline. I really hope it's not, because like I say, there's too much of a good thing, and this is like Arkham Origins was the third game released for Batman where the underlying plotline was the Joker. And after the Joker died in Arkham City, I will be really disappointed if it turns out that everyone's just basically done what they have done in this one, and it's just an underlying plot line by the Joker to get everyone to attack Batman. That would suck. I always think Bruce Wayne's a bit of an ass to Alfred. Actually, not a little bit. He's quite a bit of an ass to Alfred. Just trying to keep him safe and shit. Is Alfred's obviously kind of the enacting Lucius Fox base character, as well as obviously Alfred. But I think Batman doesn't treat him very nicely in this game, which is not very fair, because all Alfred is trying to do is protect him. I think Bruce Wayne's a bit of a pain in the ass. Dun dun dun. Stab in the back there from Alfred. I don't think we ever actually see Bruce Wayne properly, like, suited up in this game. I'm sure we do in the DLC, which I have bought now, the Cold Hold Heart, Mr. Freeze DLC. So maybe after this is done, and maybe after I've done Metal Gear Solid, I will get that done as well, because that looks pretty cool. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Another thing is, what do you guys want to see after Batman? Obviously, because we've scrapped the Wednesday walkthrough Wednesday thing. Obviously, we've still got running this walkthrough for Batman, and we've still got running the Metal Gear Solid, which I'm going to finish after, well, probably during the same time as Batman. But of course, that's only 3 videos, and that's not going to take us. It's going to take less than half the time that Batman takes. So, what do you want to see after Batman? I've got some newer games. I've got Killzone Shadowfall, so I might do a walkthrough on that. I've also just bought an Xbox as well, so although I'm going to be focusing on PlayStation, because I can't afford to get online at the moment, I've got a few games that I need to play through to get the can't call them trophies because it's Xbox, get the achievements and stuff. So I might do an Xbox walkthrough. I haven't decided. Either that or I'll do kind of a newer PlayStation 3 or maybe a PlayStation 4 walkthrough. The only problem with PlayStation 4 walkthroughs is obviously with the recording, because I haven't got a HD capture card. It's AV1 and the PS4 is HD only. Shit's going down here. I will carry on explaining after this bat domestic has happened, because oh. It's the first time I've ever seen Batman get like properly angry in a game. It was weird. Anyway, yeah, because I haven't got a HD capture card, and obviously PlayStation 4 is HD only, the only way I can record content is recording it on the PlayStation 4 and uploading it to Facebook and then getting it off Facebook. Well, that means I can only record about 15 minutes of content at a time. And Killzone Shadowfall is supposed to be like a 10-hour game, roughly. So I don't know if I should record that until I can afford to get a HD capture card, which to be fair won't be that long. It'll probably be next month. But within that time, I could kind of get another 3 or 4 PlayStation 3 walkthroughs up, instead of having to go back and constantly wait for 15-minute updates to go onto Facebook with the videos and shit like that. So I think that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably wait till I get a HD capture card, unless I get kind of another shorter game. I don't think there is ever in existence going to be a PlayStation 4 game as short as Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Don't get me wrong, fantastic game, way too short. Just another stealthy. This is weird for me, not having been here, completely slating everything that Batman does. It's kind of nice and weird all at the same time. I think I start to find, like, obviously because I've played ahead and I've played it before, the stealth missions in this get very repetitive. And I've got better at them since I played Metal Gear Solid, because that is like pure stealth. But I'm just there like I can't even. It gets so boring. As much as I love this game, and I love the story. I love the story of this game. But I think the gameplay is lacking something that Rocksteady obviously perfected in their other 2 games. Obviously, this being a Warner Brothers game, it has not got the doesn't have the same effect on kind of the gameplay that the Rocksteady crew can have on theirs, which is another reason why I'm really looking forward to Arkham Knight, really, because it's going to be Rocksteady again. And everybody loves, the people that I know that have played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City absolutely love them. They like them a lot better than this game. A lot of people hate this game, actually. I don't hate it. I think it's got a good story, and I think it works as a prequel from the end of this one to the beginning of Asylum. I think that works, but I think the gameplay is not good. It's not as good as the others, and considering the Arkham series was so popular with the first 2 games, you'd think Warner Brothers would just leave it alone. Obviously they wanted another game out with the end of the Dark Knight trilogy, the films, but I'm just there like, why? Rocksteady, when Warner Brothers approached Rocksteady about making a new game, Rocksteady were already working on Arkham Knight for the PlayStation 4 and obviously the Xbox One. So they were already working on that, so that's why they said no to do it. But I don't know, I think that kind of pissed Warner Brothers off a little bit, and they were just there like, yeah, I'm a go and do it anyway, and they didn't do a very good job, to be honest. Like I say, good story. It's got a story that works with the other two, but the actual gameplay is so kind of inferior to what the other two are like that it does ruin the story when you don't feel comfortable playing. And that was kind of like the major downside to this game. I think like other games have got a better kind of more similar gameplay thing than this actually does compared to Batman. Obviously there's games like Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man had quite a similar one to this, and obviously that's completely different comics, that's Marvel, and they're made by a completely different company, and their kind of gameplay engine was more similar to Rocksteady's Arkham one than Warner Brothers' Arkham one was, which was very strange. I kind of don't get why they introduced the fucking shock gloves from Electrocutioner, because it makes things so much easier. As you're progressing through a game, do you really want things to be getting easier? Because I don't. I think if like I'd prefer to have to kind of do the downwards attack on the people with shields and that kind of stuff, because it's harder than just kind of stunning them with electricity. It also means that you can just punch people and stun them at the same time. You don't have to use your cape to stun anyone. So I'm not really sure. Again, that's kind of a fault by Rocksteady, why they did that. Not Rocksteady, a fault by Warner Brothers, why they kind of decided, obviously, to do that. I understand, like, upgrades in games and stuff can make things easier, like upgrading the weapons you've already got, but I don't know. I think that if they're going to put that kind of thing in, then they need to be kind of upping their enemies and stuff like that, because I haven't, like I say, I've mentioned before, I don't upgrade on this game. I don't upgrade any of the tools I have as Batman. I don't upgrade any of it. I do, however, fall in the water. Completely forgot about the glue gun as a raft thing. But yeah, I don't upgrade anything on my Arkham games. All three of them, I've never upgraded on any of the tools, and because I think that when you upgrade a certain amount, then it gets too easy. This one kind of put that into perspective, in that you don't even need to upgrade anything. You'll just get the tools to make it easier anyway. Then if you want to make it easier again, you can still upgrade. And I'm just like, is there really any point in that? And I'm just like, I don't understand it. Why people up everybody's weapons and up all the fucking upgrades and all that kind of stuff, and don't make the kind of incoming force from enemies any more difficult. Because with this game, the hardest enemy was Deathstroke right at the beginning. I don't know if that was personally for me, because like I said, you've seen my epic fails of Deathstroke. It took me 9 attempts. That is the most it kind of took me for any enemy. Obviously, we've had Bane, and we've had, as Ben likes to call her, Miley Cyrus, who is I can't even remember her name, so we'll call her Miley Cyrus. So we've had them two, and them two were reasonably easy. There's another one coming up soon, which is Firefly's one. And considering that was all fire and flying around and shit, that again was reasonably easy. So I don't know if Batman's got like some kind of thing against sharp things. Obviously, he should be protected from that more than he should be protected from fire. But there we go. Apparently, fire affects him less than getting stabbed or kind of cut in a plastic suit would. So I don't really know. I don't know how that works. But there we go. Like I said, this game seems to start off really well. It's quite a difficult game at the start, and it just the gameplay and the enemies, they just seem to drop quite dramatically as you go through it, and it's a bit disappointing really, because obviously as much as I do love the game, it's kind of like it's like there's a glory factor to it. Like, it's brilliant at first, but then it's just like, no, after the first couple of hours, you're just there like, I can't bother anymore. But hey ho, we will get through it and we will complete it, and I still love it, as much as it does annoy me sometimes. And this right here, this is one of the reasons why I do love the game. I think the detective mode, and the detective side of it, is the best it has ever been in any Arkham game, because we actually see Batman as a detective and not just someone that's actually going to be going around beating the shit out of people. Because of course, if you remember the comics, like the first ones, it was the Batman Detective Comics, and you never really see him as a detective anywhere else. You just see him as kind of like someone that is trying to avenge his parents or avenge Gotham or whatever. But this one, we actually see him working it out for himself, whereas normally he'd send it off to someone else to work out. Fine. This might be a pretty exciting episode, actually. I'm not sure if we get to Bane's lair or not. If we don't, then it's the next one. It's quite a good episode. And we find out some shit, and then some people nearly die, and it's quite sad, and then they don't, and it's weird. But I don't think it's going to be this one now, because I've just seen the time, and there is only 3 minutes left. I'd probably just get lost coming out of here. I think I did actually get lost coming out of here. And this is just a Enigma pack, yeah. I might, do you know what, after this walkthrough's done, I might go back and, because obviously you've got the gameplay plus, or story plus, or whatever, where you can, like, go back and play again with all of your own weapons that you collected in the first go round. So I might go back again and platinum it, because I've been meaning to get a couple more platinums on my account. Chemical weapons. Yeah, I think I cut it out. I got really lost coming out of here, because there's 2 exits. I was just like, which one am I supposed to be going to? And I obviously went to the furthest one away to try and get out, before I realised that it was just kind of the way you came that is the way out. So, my apologies about all the maps coming up. I just wanted to make sure I was actually going the right way when I found out that I was going the wrong way. And again, it's a door. And in the water. Me and Ben have still got the bet on whether Batman will be able to swim in Arkham Knight, because we think it's stupid that he can't. His Bat cave is in a fucking waterfall. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. He can obviously swim in real life. Bruce Wayne can swim. You'd think you'd be able to swim in the game. If you can drive the Batmobile, like, in Arkham Knight, why the hell would you not be able to swim? So I'm hoping You are, because then I'll get myself a £5. And Ben will obviously lose his £5 to me, and vice versa if he can't. But I'm really hoping he can, because that would just be stupid otherwise. There you go, another canary over there. Big sign saying exit isn't actually the exit. Oh, the joy. I think we have to go back up the, yeah, go back up the drain. I think, guys, that is it for this episode. Like I said, there's been a lot of changes. It's going to be a little bit odd for me, Ben and Chris for the next couple of weeks, while we kind of get all the pre-recorded stuff out before we can start kind of voicing while we play, so it becomes a little bit more natural to us. So bear with us on that. We are obviously trying to adapt to get as much content out for you guys as possible. What else is coming out? I'll probably finish this off before I do Metal Gear Solid, but we've already got Metal Gear Solid out, so I might just finish that off as well, to be honest. Either way, this and Metal Gear Solid will be finished soon. Because of all the videos that are uploading soon, it's going to bump up our, obviously, video content, and we are so very close to hitting our 100 video mark. So when that does happen, obviously we're going to have a special video come out. We want you guys to tell us what you want us to do. We've had a few entries about N64s and Horror Nights and stuff like that. But what we want to do is we want you guys to tell us what we want to do, because obviously we wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't supporting us. So as much as it is a little bit of fun for us on the side of our other jobs, it is really nice to know that our videos are being watched, and that's what's making us want to carry it on, kind of thing. So like I say, we want you guys to tell us what you want to see. We'll cover as much content as we can. It'll probably be quite a long video, and we'll probably just have a little bit of fun, or probably even a lot of fun, and just see what we can come up with to make the video that is going to be our 100th one really special. It might involve having to skip videos on days that it's supposed to come out, because it depends when the 100th video is supposed to come out. We need to work out what day it's going to be on and stuff like that, depending on what everyone else is doing with their walkthroughs, now that kind of the format's changed. But it's either going to be this week or next week, depending on obviously how many people put their walkthroughs up. Again, let us know what you want to see. We will do our best to cover as much as we can. But for now, that is it from me. The next Batman should be up shortly. It's not going to be kind of a weekly wait anymore, and it's not just going to be 2 videos a day anymore. We're going to get some up every day, and it's going to be more than 1 video. So hopefully this will be finished within the next week and a half, along with Metal Gear Solid, and then we'll go on and do something else, maybe a more current PS3 game, or maybe an Xbox game, or whatever. Keep an eye out for Ben's walkthroughs. I'm pretty sure he's doing Watch Dogs at the moment, on his Xbox 360. But for now, from me, until next time, guys, stay classy, gamers.